Good morning, Shalom staff and students. Welcome to the second and hopefully last virtual assembly broadcast of 2020. I'm your host, Harry Packwood, and I'll pass over to Macaulay House for the acknowledgement of country and prayer. Have a good one.
We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land where we gather today. We pay our respects to all elders past, present, and future, and give thanks for the cultures and traditions with which they have gifted this country.
We pray that the dignity and rights of all people will be honoured and the wounds of the past may be healed. We commit ourselves to working together in a spirit of forgiveness, reconciliation, and justice.
Holidays are not only moments to remember and reflect on what we are grateful for, but to also give thanks to our precious Lord for all He has given us. Any season and any holiday is a time not only to remind ourselves, but others to give gratitude where it is due.
So, what are you planning for your holidays?
School holidays are on again and there are the usual problems. It's a bad time for adult theatre goers, a trying time for motorists, hell for most parents, but it's a beaut time for the kids. Or is it? What do they do these days with their 2 weeks holidays? What are you doing in your holidays?
I'm fixing up my billy cart, painting fences.
Painting fences?
Yeah.
You're a bit of a Tom Sawyer, aren't you?
Yeah.
How, are you getting paid for it?
Oh, no. Just do it.
Who are you doing it for?
Doing it on Saturday afternoon. We paint. My friends and I. We paint the church fence.
Don't you think that school holidays are a bit of a waste of time?
Not exactly.
Why not? What do you do here that you can't do at school anyway?
Play with my schoolmates.
What do you think about school holidays?
It's alright sometimes because you have things to do, may go away on holidays and all that.
Would you like them longer or shorter?
Shorter.
Shorter?
Yeah.
Why, you get bored at the end of them, do you?
Yeah.
And you want to go back to school?
Yeah.
So you think they're a waste of time?
Yeah.
You want to go back to school?
Yeah.
Do you think holidays are a waste of time? Hey. Well, what are you doing?
Just staying here.
Just relaxing?
Yeah.
You're not getting bored?
No.
Well, what do your holidays mean to you? You don't think that they're a bit of a waste of time if you're not doing anything?
No. It's alright if you know what you're doing first.
Well, what are you doing?
Just sleeping.
And that's the best way for anyone to spend holidays, is it?
No, then if you wanna, you can go out. You have a boat.
If you have a boat.
Yeah.
Would you like a boat?
Yeah.
What else would you like to do on your holidays if you had the money, say?
To buy a boat?
Is that all you do? What if you had all the money you wanted and no one to tell you what to do? What would you do?
I'd buy a hot rod.
A hot rod? A bit young for a hot rod though, aren't you?
I don't care, as long as it's a hot rod.
No matter what you are getting up to, remember to always give thanks for the little things we have and do.
Dear God, I pray for people that do not have a home and to live on these streets. Will you bless them with a place to live? Amen. For each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends.
May angels fly with you wherever you roam and guide you back safely to family and home.
No matter what we are doing, remember to do as we in Macaulay do. Shine.
Have a good holiday, everyone.
#shine.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Macaulay, for prayer. We're all looking forward to holidays next week. Big thank you to all the students who completed surveys that I've nagged you about over the last few weeks. We'll publish all that data next term when the final reports came in, but I had a look at the student data, particularly the other day, that came in, and all the comments that people made. And there's lots there, and it's really useful. I just going through the data, they asked you about, and all the questions to strongly agree or agree. And I just pulled out some of those. Probably the top ones that people from the student body agreed or strongly agreed on. We got 80%, which is really good. So these are all over 80%. Strongly agreed, I'm proud to be a student at Shalom College. 84%, great technology and resources. 86%, good sports facilities. 83% said, I'm encouraged to be the best that I can, to do the best that I can at school. 84% said, I feel safe at school. 85% said, I know what is expected of me. And 84% of students said, my house coordinator does a great job. Now, I think just on those stats, I was really pleased with that I think that says something about this is a good community. I'm not saying for a moment we're perfect, but that data from you says something really positive about the culture in this school. And those are the things, probably, that I'm most proud of at Shalom. So thank you for that, for the feedback you gave. And so much of it was positive. Not all of it, and certainly there were lots of suggestions. Big one that I need to improve the quality of toilet paper. That came through strongly. Surprise, surprise, quite a number of people don't love Family Zone. We'll work on that. Had quite a few comments about uniform, and I gather that most people would prefer us to change to board shorts and singlet as a uniform. That's not going to happen, but certainly conscious of those comments. And there were lots of other suggestions that were perhaps a little bit more serious than some of those. Can I really encourage you to use our Student Representative Council? That's the venue that I need to get your feedback, that we have student reps in each of the year levels in each of the houses. If you want to put something to me and the administration of the college, that's the venue for you to do it. So if you've got issues that you'd like to bring to my attention, I try and get to those SRC meetings every time, or if I don't, Mrs. Austin Campbell does, and regardless, those are fed back to me. So I'd really like to hear what people want to say. Doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with it, doesn't mean that you'll make change every time. But the SRC has already kicked some goals with that. Because of their suggestions, we've had a number of things change at Shalom since last year. So I'd really encourage you to use that venue, and I know Harry and Erin are going to talk about that later on. There was one comment out of the hundreds of comments, and I'll just pick one. I probably shouldn't pick one, but there was one comment that got my attention. One student said something about religion in the school, that I don't believe in God, therefore I shouldn't have to have anything shoved down my throat about religion. We are proudly a Catholic school, and everyone who comes here knows that from the day they enter this place. I hope in this Catholic school no one will ever try and shove a faith belief down your throat. But we will proudly say what we believe. And everyone who comes here knows that's who we are. I'm really comfortable with people telling me, Mr. McMahon, I don't believe in God. That's fine. If you do that though, I'd really like you to be able to tell me why I don't. Not just because I just couldn't be bothered. But what is it that you choose not to believe in and why? I want people to be able to think that through. That's why we make religion compulsory as a subject, I hope, in that subject. That you get exposed to a body of knowledge about what people believe, why they believe, how they go about that, what we don't believe. And there's a whole useful work of knowledge in that I'd really like you all to consider. Make your own decisions. Faith is an individual activity. I'm not going to change anyone's faith, but I am going to be very open about exposing people to this is what Christianity is about. This is what Christianity offers the world. And I really hope every one of you will think about that seriously over your years at Shalom. More importantly, I hope we live out that faith every day in the things that we say here are important. And it's why I say to you, if we're a Catholic school, we take Jesus seriously. If we take Jesus seriously, we're serious about the things that he said were important. Justice, compassion, respect, forgiveness. Those things, I hope, are embedded in the DNA of what we do here. And that's why I say to you, like in a big school like us, 1,400 students, 1,500 next year, there'll be kids that you don't particularly like, and that's fine and that's life. But I'm going to expect everyone to treat people respectfully every day, 24/7, 365 days a year. It is not okay to treat anyone in this community with a lack of respect because we're a Catholic school. Couple of only very brief plays of the week that I got in. We haven't done a lot of these this year at all, obviously. I got a nice comment from a teacher in art, in the art department, about Hayley Kendall in Year 8, who is going out of her way in one class just to help another student get through a project. Really worked well. Well done, Hayley. Similarly, Amelia Chu going above and beyond in maths to assist other students with revision. Can I put out a big shout out to our Ibris Brigade, led by our Year 12s, who have been standing up at lunchtimes and manning bins to just help us do recycling. And that those Year 12 students giving their time to change the world one plastic bottle at a time. So please support them as we go through that process. It's really good that they've stood up when we've needed people to do that. The other thing, can I just give a play of the week I've had it happen a few times recently, where kids have emailed me or Mrs. Austin Campbell about something they've seen in the school that they think is not okay. And it's usually around kids being badly treated, whether it's a bit of bullying or lack of respect, that they've done something about that. Instead of sitting back and watching it, instead of being observers, they've just taken the effort to write an email and let us know that's something that they think is not okay. And it's given us the opportunity to step in and do something about it. Can I just thank sincerely those kids for a bit of ticker and not just being bystanders in the world, but actually doing something. So well done. Thank you very much for a very difficult term. It's been a pretty tough year. I know we're all looking forward to things getting closer to being back to normal. Next term we'll be able to do sport, which is fantastic. Quite a few things are opening up, so hopefully we're all getting a bit closer back to being a normal lifestyle at school. But thank you very much for the cooperation you've given your staff. As the kids said in the prayer, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Thanks so much.
This is just about Game On, so just a quick thank you to everyone who's participated in Game On over the last term.
It's been such a success that Game On will be held every second term from now on.
Before we announce the winning house, you might be interested to know that a total of 14,883 questions were answered over the term, and the winning house has been in the lead the entire 9 weeks. Let's, for the last time, jump straight to the scoreboard.
Please congratulate the winning house for Game On in lockdown. Macaulay House, a total of 2,879 points.
We'd now like to invite the Macaulay House captains as well as Mr. McMahon to present the trophy. Congratulations, guys. See you next time on Game On.
Hi guys, you may know me as Michael from Vinnie's Youth. Last year I hosted the Shalom School Sleep Out in the Sports Centre. But this year, due to COVID-19 restrictions, Vinnie's is going virtual with their sleep out to raise awareness for homelessness. A recent report in the Newsmail identified Bundaberg, off the back of COVID-19, as one of the most vulnerable regions in the state due to the industry that people work in and the percentage of income that goes to rent and mortgage. We will start to see the full effect on how this affects our region and homelessness when the job seeker allowance returns to pre-COVID amounts in late September. This year, the sleep out will be held on the 24th of July, which is Friday of week 2, next term. Starting at 5:30, the sleep out will be hosted on the Vinnie's Youth Queensland Facebook live feed. You'll have opportunities to participate and interact in activities throughout the night. So invite your friends over and camp out in the backyard and raise awareness for homelessness. At the start of next term, I will have a sign-in page ready and a link to the feed for you guys to join in. Please notice these posters around the school up until when it happens, and I look forward to your involvement on the night. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As with everything else this year, we do not know whether Shalom Day will go ahead, or if it does, what it will look like. However, in the spirit of positivity, we're going to plan as if it's still on. So that means houses start thinking about possible dance, music and moves. House pride is on the line. We love to see singing and dancing, but this year we want to encourage all sorts of talents to be presented in our Shalom's Got Talent. So we're going to make it a little bit different. It's going to be a showcase, not a competition. So we're prepared to present things virtually as well as live. So if your group of friends has really nailed that TikTok dance, film it, send it in, and it can be put up in between acts at Shalom's Got Talent. If you like to create short films, we'd love to see those. Maybe a time-lapse video of a painting or a craft activity you've done, or a trick you can do on your scooter or your bike. Maybe you have a comedy routine that you could share. So on the day, we'll have a mixture of live performances and videos. Keep looking into the notices to get the details for these things. Always, it's more fun if you do this with your friends. So over the holidays, get creative and keep watching the notices for more details.
Good morning, everyone. Just on behalf of the SRC, I'd just like to fill you in on some of our highlights. We have successfully petitioned for the pathways to be widened. The senior girls now have the option of trousers for their uniforms. We've got mirrors in the bathrooms, and we were successful in launching our Solidarity March.
Moving forward, the SRC hopes to achieve many goals in many different areas. One of such is to look into recycling. We have created the IBIS Brigade, but we are looking for more feedback and ways to improve this moving forward. Additionally, we will be conducting a review into the broadened variety of the tuck shop, as well as the efficiency of the current systems in place. We hope that we can get wins for everybody in this area for this regards. Additionally, we are looking into headphones for all students during class. Of course, this has not been approved yet, but we are looking forward to what might come. Additionally, as many of our members are in Year 12, and some of them, and most of them will be, all of them will be graduating, we will be looking for new membership for all the houses. So if you're interested in becoming part of the Student Representative Council, I would strongly advise you to go see your house coordinator or your house captains, and I can discuss with you ways to move forward. This concludes the first virtual assembly for Shalom College. I'm Harry Packwood. Say classy Shalom.